Yes, guys, welcome back to Kings of the Bridge. How are you all doing? Hope you're well. Big up every single one of you in the building. I know it's a bit earlier than usual. We tend to do a bit later live this time round. How are we all doing? Chelsea 2, Arsenal 3. Obviously, we'll talk about that a bit later. A lot's happened today. We've had the presser, we've had the Facundo news, we've had the details about centre backs from Matt Law. Well, not details, but mentions about centre backs from Matt Law as well. There's loads of stuff for us to go through today. So, yeah, an earlier one than usual today. I'm not sure what Matt's doing later on. He said he might do one later, but he is here. So I don't know what his plans are moving forward. Here now.
Yeah. Jem, I hope you're well, man. I hope the chat's doing well. Yeah, no, I'll thought I'd just come on. I'll be intermittent in the background working, but there's been a lot happening today. So I thought I'd just be interested to see what's been going on. But obviously, depending on what everyone's thoughts are in the chat, if they want a match reaction later, we can do, or we can just quickly summarize it now. It's whatever's easiest, really. I mean, yeah, we can just kind of figure out.
It depends what happens, really. We could have a bit of news tonight on transfer news, so it might even be worth just jumping on. So we just have to just see how it all plays out for now. But yeah, see how we get on and everything. But yeah, how are you all doing today? How are you all feeling? How is everyone in the chat? How are you, Matt, as well? You busy today as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustration really after yesterday's game, isn't it? Really, once again, Arsenal get the 3 points, but to be honest, they're pretty much full strength team, and barring bozo moments from our keeper, it was quite an even game considering how obviously depleted we were. So, and that's what's the frustrating part. But Garnacho, thankfully, has kept us in the time. We'll just have to see what happens.
Yeah, obviously, we're going to talk a bit about the game a bit later on. Let's get into all the bits before that with with Facundo, with centre backs, everything. I want to read out some of the comments as well quickly as well. So we've got Enzo Fernandez wants out. Please show me the article that says that, please. That's good for us. If you watched yesterday's game, you wouldn't be saying that. Big up everyone like the stream. It's the least you can do. We are getting a centre back. Woo. Mike's doesn't trust the boards or the directors, but then reckons we're going to get a centre back. Fair enough. We'll talk about it very soon. Wally Waldo says, honestly, if Enzo wants to leave, then what's this about? Then let him leave. I don't want a player that spits out his dummy. What are you talking about? I'm so confused. What are we doing?
There's a Liquip article just coming out saying that Enzo Fernandez has been discouraged because of what's happened with Maresca, and he wants potentially out. I can't see PSG spending 110 million on a midfielder. So,
number one, do we actually generally believe that? And what I mean by that is, if he was discouraged and wasn't, what was his performance about yesterday then? Has he been playing like he's discouraged, that he doesn't care about Chelsea no more, that he wants to leave? Guys, sometimes we've got to read in between the lines with media. We lose against Arsenal 3-2. We're 1-0 behind on paper, right? And this is what happens. The media then start putting out PSG. Why would they? Just think about it. Why would Enzo Fernandez go to PSG? Why would PSG want Enzo Fernandez? They've got three probably of the best midfielders in the world, right? Supposedly. Yeah, so not that he wouldn't be able to maybe get in or whatever, but my point being is it's an area where they're pretty strong at the moment with Vitinha and the other two they've got, in there. So, yeah, that don't make sense to me. The only place I see him going is Real Madrid, Spain. I don't see him going anywhere else in the future, but that's not even what we should be talking about, because after yesterday's performance, when he pretty much run our midfield for the first half, again, setting up good opportunities, getting stuck in, playing in the deeper role that a lot of people, not you guys, but a lot of people say he can't do. He does very well. 102 touches, he's second highest in any game other than the one at Man City. So, we'll get into that all a bit later in terms of the game. But yeah, this whole news around what you ever use have seen of Enzo Fernandez, I would just ignore it, because there's a lot more going on in and around our club right now other than that. What shitty centre-back are we going to be linked with? I don't know. I generally don't know. I saw the centre-back news and I just thought to myself, oh, they woke up. It's very weird that they've now all of a sudden, if it's true, gone, oh, actually, we should get a centre-back, Matt, when they told us it was internal solutions in the summer. Do you remember? So
yeah, it's I don't know whether again this is like a bit of a PR move as well to kind of say we are listening to our manager.
person.
If they want
Yeah.
someone,
Yeah.
we'll get them. You know, let's see what happens. I mean, to me, if we're going to go for someone like that, you want to show. I mean, it's certainly my opinion, clear ambition. You want leadership, and go for Mark Gurhey personally, whether he's good enough or not. But that's the sort of acquisition I would want in January, where there's a kind of clear leadership skills within him. So
yeah,
let's see. I just don't know, or whether it's going to be. I can't remember what his name is. I can't remember now. It's gone out of my head, but I know there's another centre back we're potentially looking at.
Yeah, the guy that I think his name has been going on about Archie in the chat for
That's
ages.
That's it. Yeah, Archie's been that's
Rennes, and I don't even know how to pronounce his name, but I know who you're talking about. Well, it's not about trusting directors, Jim. Of course I don't, but Matt Law is reliable, so I will believe him. Is he? Have you seen some of the things he's done over the summer, or said over the summer, and then gone backwards on? Don't we all remember the Xavi Simons scenario?
Sorry, Jim. Is it Jacquet? Is it Jacquet or
yeah,
whatever?
However you pronounce it. Yeah, listen, I'm not saying that we won't get a centre. I'm not saying that we won't get a centre back, but it's just who are they going to get? That's the question, right? And to be quite honest, yeah, I would like us to. You already know this. I ain't got to express it. We need a centre back, especially after yesterday. Again, our centre backs and and our front letting us down. But at the end of the day, I just don't know with this fucking board. I honestly don't. Yes, Ads, my boy. Big up Ads in the building. How are you, my boy? Ads was my co-host on GNA TV before this.
Oh, nice.
So big up Ads. He says, Chelsea were unlucky. Thanks for taking Garnacho off our hands. Turns up when not needed. Looking forward to see you next month. Yeah, big up Ads, man. Big up, bro. Appreciate the super chat as well, my G.
And he's a United fan.
He's a United fan, yeah.
Oh, cool.
He is a United fan, so big up to him. Which shitty centre back we're going to be linked with? Yep, we read that just now. Owners are nothing to do with the poor atmosphere, is what Gitinho says as well. Which listen, I always moan about the atmosphere at the ground. I think it could be a lot better or relevant to what's going on at the moment. You knew yesterday that we were limited. We were limited with the bench. Number one, number two, you knew that this manager just landed. Yeah, number three, you knew that we were missing half of our squad, and I put a tweet out at the end before I went to bed last night, and it was to have a dig at Arsenal fans. And do you know the ones that were replying? Chelsea fans. It was digged at. It was about the Arsenal fans. Yeah, just have a little bit of fun and a dig, whatever. And I had Chelsea fans responding to me, the fucking retards, actual retards, honestly. But anyway, what was you saying, Matt?
Yeah, I was surprised with the atmosphere yesterday. It was, you got to think this was a London derby, right? And I know I mentioned about the atmosphere that we had to have had a bit of a balance between anti-clear late chants and whatever, but we had a bit of Roman Abramovich at the beginning, and then that was it. There was nothing, and I thought they were going to make a bit more of a noise about that. But even so, yes, I understand when we got the goals, it was a bit more, but it was incredibly flat. And that's credit to Arsenal fans yesterday. They're annoying as they are, they were bloody good.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't be too impressed if I had our strongest team out, barring Kepa, and listen, they still scored goals, don't get me wrong, but there were so many things we've got to talk about that game, and we'll do that in a bit. But Chelsea started, we got a comment here from Fabrizio Romano 2 minutes ago, guys, right here. Let me just sort out the glimmering cameras and that. 1 second. That might be a bit better for everyone. So basically, it says Chelsea start exploring options to add a centre-back to the squad after internal talks. I hate these names. Erdenez. That sounds Turkish to me. With the Erdenez deal remains done and sealed, but it's from January 20. Oh, I remember they're talking about that guy that we signed a little while ago. Yeah, so he's saying that guy's deal remains done and sealed, but from January 2027. Chelsea now looking for a new centre back this window, and I would love to watch the video, but I think we will get. So this is the thing I can't understand with YouTube. They say that if anything's on YouTube and you're watching it, then you're okay. That's what I was told before, as long as it's not outside YouTube. So I don't know whether we're allowed to watch it, but I do want to listen to what he's got to say quickly so that I can. There we go. He's talking about Buonanotte and then Chelsea's January plans. So I don't really want to risk it. What do you reckon, Matt? I don't know.
Is there any way that you can play the audio, like, I don't know, off a phone and play it in the background, or is that still copyright strike?
No, I think that's fine as long as it's not visual. I've done that before on the press conference and there was nothing wrong. So let's try and do it from a phone, innit?
I know it's a bit clunky, but at least you can somewhat hear what they're saying.
Yeah.
I just got to mute myself for a sec, Jem. I'll be 2 secs.
Go on, mate. When was this video? 47 minutes ago. Has anyone watched this? Let's have a listen. Let's have a listen to this.
In the transfer market today, guys. There's several things to discuss.
Don't listen to your thing, man.
Because Facundo Buonanotte is leaving Chelsea immediately. He joined in the final days of the summer transfer window. Leaving Chelsea, going back to Brighton, and from Brighton on loan to Leeds United. It's a here we go. It's a straight loan, no buy option for Leeds. A surprise deal I revealed to you in exclusive story today. And now Facu Buonanotte ready for this opportunity as new Leeds United player. So leaving Chelsea. Let's see what's going to happen now next at Chelsea. Let's see what happens, for example, with the situation of Kendry Páez, who is still under Chelsea control. And let's see also what happens with centre-backs. Because in the internal conversations Chelsea are having with Liam Rosenior, the new manager, the possibility to add a new centre-back to the squad in the January window has been discussed. It's something that already Maresca wanted in the summer. Chelsea decided to stay with the squad they had. Let's see now what they decide to do in these final 2 weeks of January, because in the internal discussions, the possibility to sign a centre-back now in January has been assessed with Liam Rosenior. Let's see if Chelsea find the right opportunity on the market to add one more centre-back to their squad. This is not going to mean anything for Josh Champong, because Chelsea still trust Josh. Chelsea don't want to sell Josh Champong, and so despite all the rumors we had and we're going to have on Josh Champong, at the moment his situation remains absolutely quiet. Let's move into midfielders and talents around the world. Let's start from Barcelona. Talent.
That doesn't mean we're getting a centre-back, guys. Just listening to what Fabrizio Romano says there, he's saying that we're assessing. Assessing just tells me that they're just looking at what we currently have. If there's an opportunity in January, they'll probably do it, but they're not going to do anything crazy, and they can't remember.
It's such a loose term to me.
Yeah, assessment, that don't really hold any value to me when they say assessment. Assessing is just like, oh, is there an opportunity out there? Could we potentially get someone? It might be a loan thing again. Don't get me wrong. They might find someone on a loan with a little bit more experience. I doubt they're going to go down that route. They could look in-house, but again, are they going to want to go to Strasbourg after what they did with Rosenior? I don't think so. I don't think they'll go down that route. He mentioned Kendry Páez as an option to come in, potentially as a 10 option coming in, because you've got to remember, Rosenior's probably sitting there going, why we got Facundo when we have Páez and some other individuals over there that could probably give us a better level. Maybe he feels that one or two of them.
With everything going on with Páez at the moment, it then all makes sense that Facundo is going, because they need to bring him back. But obviously he's not doing very well at Strasbourg. Personally, that they need to bring him back, and they probably feel ability-wise they're probably quite similar anyway. So, but yeah, we'll get into that other stuff.
Rosenior says that, we're going to do that in a second. That's obviously the presser today as well that we had. Just looking, so again, let's just go to the Facundo stuff if we can now, guys. Obviously that doesn't really tell us much, does it? Let's go in here. Let me bring Con in as well in the background. That was what was said 2 minutes ago. We just listened to what Fabrizio Romano just said as well in regards to the potentials of assessing, which doesn't really bring much confidence in regards to the whole centre-back scenario. Lukeba is what Joey's saying is a good option. Big up Joey in the building as well. We are joined by Con as well. Con, it says Con and Jem in his chat, in his name. How are we, Conley boy? We just listened to Fabrizio's video. What are you saying?
What's he said?
What's he said? He said that we're assessing. He said there's internal talks, but we're only assessing for a centre back, which doesn't really hold much confidence, does it? Honestly.
Yeah. Assessing, monitoring, these buzzwords, bro, they got to die out. We don't reckon.
Why do you sound so far away? Are you away from your laptop?
Is it better?
Can hear you now, but yeah.
Wait, let me check. Yeah, no, I'm in my AirPods there.
Oh, you got your AirPods on.
Yeah, bro.
Felt a bit bougie today, innit? So, any names mentioned, or is it just
No,
centre-back?
nothing. We had the Matt Law tweet earlier saying about Chelsea are looking to bring a centre back. We just heard Fabrizio 2 minutes ago, or a little while ago, say that Chelsea are assessing a centre back. Internal talks ongoing. I don't know what that means. Is it again? If there's an opportunity in January for someone that suits what we're doing, they'll go for it. If not, we just continue until the summer, most probably. With this board, let's be serious.
Oh, great. We get to watch Brad Shield play football more. Fucking Benji. Where is Benji, by the way? Get his ass up here. Like, this guy fucking loves Brad Shield. Guy's ass, man.
He was bigging him up yesterday. He was bigging him up yesterday, bro. We need to get him in here. Where is he? There is he. Benji. Let's see. Benji, did you message me? Because I've got a couple of messages. He usually messages me on Twitter. There we are. We need to talk about Fucky as well.
Oh, no. We're not going to have Buonanotte anymore, Jem. Honestly, this guy has kept us afloat all season. I really didn't think Chelsea would be in a position we are. I didn't have players like Buonanotte. He's done such a fantastic job. I will miss his many starts in the Premier League. To my knowledge, just one. Oh, God. This is
got hit.
a bit concerning, though.
Sorry, not to...
Yeah, no, what could... Yeah, I mean, let's talk about it properly because obviously, he's gone and we didn't rate him. He's gone to Leeds. It's confirmed there from Fabrizio. Here we go, which was run up after that, I think, as well. Let's have a quick look. I'm sure he's done a Here we go on this already. There we go. Here we go. He's undergoing his medical agreement between Chelsea and Brighton. Does this feel more like Chelsea done Brighton a bit of a favour in the past? Is this one of them maybe where they just took him on to help sort of get someone to take him? Maybe, I don't know, but he's gone. And then what Con said about what now after? I mean, yeah, let's talk about it. Like, what now after Con? We got hardly any 10s. Palmer, we've been told today is back in training with Reece James, which is obviously a positive. But outside him, Enzo Fernandez and João Pedro, really only 10s now.
Yeah. It's a bit concerning when you look at it because, for one, Brighton loaned us a player and they're selling him and taking him away from loan. So they're like, fuck you, Chelsea. They don't give a shit about the relationship with us, if that's the case. Two, I think maybe because João Pedro would be seen as only the 10 now under Liam. Maybe that's why. Because when you look at the dynamic right now, Cole Palmer, whatever he's got going on with his scoring, bro, is not going away. Like, this is going to be a hit all season, I feel. This is not something that's going to go by tomorrow. So we're going to have somebody else playing in there. And it looks like it's going to be João Pedro, bro.
And again, you watched João Pedro yesterday. I keep telling people this, and it's been annoying. We've not spoke about the game yet. Obviously, that's the last bit of what we're going to talk about. But I keep telling people that, and I said it on the space yesterday with Connor. I don't like João Pedro in the 10, bro. Like, he's not. He doesn't do enough for me. The only way I see him fitting in this team is a 9, and I keep saying it to people. I don't like his performances in the 10. It just doesn't suit it. He doesn't understand where he needs to be positioning, and when he gets the ball, he takes too many touches, doesn't move the ball quick enough, or he overdoes it and he loses it, or and it's weird because he's got the technical side to actually do it. It's just sometimes I think he's just, I don't know, he just overthinks and just does too much. Is probably the word.
It's a weird one, isn't it, João Pedro?
Yeah,
it's a weird one because there's a player there, but at the same time, it's like. You watch him during the game, and sometimes you're just thinking, God, you're shit. But maybe it's a thing, bro, with Estefan. Maybe he might be more of a 10. There's been some news about Kendrick Pies at Strasbourg not getting enough game time. Maybe he comes in and fills Buonanotte spot. Like, let's be honest. At the start of the season, if you guys had the option between Buonanotte or Kendrick Pies, you'd probably pick Kendrick Pies, right? It's not ideal, but we have to talk in the realms of blue code, right? We have to be realistic because we're not signing the 10, Jen. We know that's what's going to happen. So going forward, what's our best solution? João Pedro being that sort of number 1 there, with, when Palmer's out. Maybe Estefan can play in there too. I think was Pedro Neto at sometimes like playing 10 positions last night as well.
He did yesterday. He went off like the inside right, didn't he? Yeah, of Estevao. So Estevao was holding the width, and he was like more of the inside Palmer role. Yeah.
So
Which is,
yeah, there's options inside the squad, but it's just not ideal, to be honest. Like, it's
Sh-
what it
shall-
is, man. It's not like we're losing an absolute fucking star here, is it?
No, and I think you got a point there. I mean, I think Matt's come back in, and obviously Benji's there as well. But this whole João Pedro thing, Matt, you called a little while ago, and I was a bit. Obviously, it was very early doors. Don't get me wrong. But,
Yeah.
I've been saying for a long time I don't think he's a 10, bro.
I just don't really like him as a player in general. I just really think it's like he's a very awkward player. His touches are too much. He tries to get the foul. He tries to do it like Jack Grealish and stuff does, but not to that level of trying to engage and getting a foul. But yeah, I think with the whole number 10 situation, there's only one person. It's Mr. Telephone Man.
He's gone, mate.
No, I'm joking. I mean, in terms of it, yeah, I mean, it's kind of all we got now. It's quite worrying though, but again, it's just another clear example of just poor transfer business. We all knew that he wasn't good enough to be at the club, and what we've seen from him, he's a poor man, Bernardo Silva.
Jesus Christ. He's going in on him. Matt's going in. Poor man Bernardo Silva.
I wouldn't even give him that much credit. I'd call him poor man João Felix.
Yeah, exactly.
He doesn't deserve the Bernardo Silva title at all, man. This guy's fucking shit. It's so bad.
Do you know what made me laugh when Con was like, sometimes he looks really good, and then yesterday, shit, and it's just the way he just said it, just shit, man.
I know.
Just fucking shit. Benji won't think he's shit. I don't think if Benji's with us. Is Benji even here? Benji Shield?
No, I'm here.
Benji Shield.
I'm just trying to find a place where it's not too noisy because as you can hear in the background,
Can't hear
people
nothing.
are building in my house. Oh shit. Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah, good.
Never
You're
mind.
good. Facundo, mate. Facundo going, which is out of the blue. It limits our 10s even more. I know he wasn't playing much, but do you see us doing anything?
Yeah.
And do you agree with the whole João Pedro thing as well?
I couldn't give two damn or fucks about if Facundo is here or Leeds. Good for him. He's gonna go to Leeds and possibly play. Brighton want to sell him anyway, so I don't really care. Now, in my opinion, this just looks very, very fucking stupid on our behalf. Because why the fuck did we loan him if we was gonna send him back in January?
I think right there.
Yeah.
Like it just looks dumb as hell. Now, now we're hearing, Kendrick Price is coming back. Well, no shit. He's been playing fucking shit at Strasbourg. But he's the same thing with João Felix almost. He takes way too many touches. He's very inexperienced in Europe. So he needs to stay in-house and actually learn how to play football in how we want him to play, right? And then the flicks and tricks is going to come once you become a little bit more tighter with the touches, where you can do some flicks and tricks. But, this is not South America where you have the ball 150 times and you can lose it. But, if you end up with a goal or assist, we don't really care. Nah, in Europe, it's different. So it's just going to be a little bit different from that part. But I just don't know. I don't really think we need to fix a lot of things in the squad. I just think some people need to get coached. I don't really think João Pedro is a bad 10, but I just think he's an awful 10. No. I didn't think he's an awful 10, but I think he's a good second striker. Play him in the front two. If I see him in the front two, I don't really mind.
But that's a system thing, right? These two managers that we currently have don't play that style, though. They won't play like a false 10. Do you know what I mean? It's all about finding the pockets and playing more of like not a deeper 10, but like an all-round 10, where you sort of linking with the midfield and linking with the striker. Yeah. So, good shout.
Do you know what the definition of a psychopath is?
Who?
I know what Tom's going to say.
You know what it means, right? Do the same thing basically and expecting different results or something like that. Right? That's Chelsea with this 10 position, bro. It started with Nkunku all the way back with Todd Bowley. He's not a 10. He's like a second striker. So what did they do summers later, bro? Oh, let's get João Felix because we don't have that problem with him, right? And then what should we do after that? We'll get João Pedro. It honestly surprises me the level of IQ some of these people at this football club have. It really does, because it's a problem and a persistent problem we've had for a while, and they keep doing the same fucking shit, bro. And it's jarring to do, because like João Pedro, like I said, I don't think Nkunku was a bad player. I don't think João Felix was a bad player. I don't think João Pedro is, right? I don't think any of the three in isolation are bad players. But for this Chelsea team and how we want to play, yes, they are. They don't really fit. Even with Kai Havertz beforehand, bro, it always feels like we've got that player in the squad. Where does he go? Is he there? Is he there? Is he in between?
Well, you always said, Tom, we always go for Swiss Army knives and come out with butter knives. So
Yeah.
Is that what he said? Yeah.
yeah, we come out with like kids' cutlery.
We also come out with probably a good definition. Also, is Marmite. You know, players that are really good or really fucking shit. Like Garnacho yesterday was actually fucking turning up. You know, and obviously we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, in terms of like what we're going to do in this January, I don't hold any real trust when it comes to this board. Even if we are internally looking again at centre backs, or maybe now we're looking at a 10. There's not even been talks that we're even looking at a 10 other than Kendrick Hines at this moment in time. You know, the buy to sell thing's still there because we have to sell to buy. But again, I don't know in what position we find ourselves with from a financial standpoint. Is there still a little bit of room for us to just buy without having to sell based on last summer's, you know, figures? I don't know, but all that bollocks, it's not really about the money and things anymore. It's just about how they're spending for me. You know, we spent 90 million last year on two left wingers who we all know are pretty just average, you know, at this moment in time. And they could have used that more wiser. They could have made better decisions with it. So yes, we've got a restriction, but they're still buying players. Right, so it's just about making the right decisions. You know, making the right decisions to improve the. You know,
but that's the question now. I always like to say, I think why I always criticize people is because people say one thing, but they don't really hold it up to the extent they should, in my opinion. So, for example, when people say we should be doing better in the transfer market, but then people want Yildiz as your fucking left wing. In my opinion, that doesn't make any type of sense at all. At all. It's the same when people say, "Oh, I want a center back." Well, Schlotterbeck would be, you know, the idea, and you know, if we were the old Chelsea, we probably would have been Bastoni or someone like that. But now people are saying, what's this guy's name? Lukeba, which I agree with. I think he's a superb CB. But to say it's gonna change that whole back line, what? No, he's an L. He's a CB that can play left way. He got pace though. He's a he's a
Harry, basically, yeah.
No,
He's
yeah,
good.
but
He is very good.
yeah,
That's a great shout. I agree.
he's very good.
I actually can't talk, so I don't know.
No, very good. But the fact that is we almost pick and choose what we want to do, and, you know, and not, and then we want to blame directors. I've always said sometimes, you know, it's not even the directors. The directors see the vision with, you know, I'm not gonna say everybody, but you know, majority of these players they have a vision for him. I don't really believe the likes of. Okay, Benoit was a stinking after that injury. To be honest, he's just been stinking out the place ever since then, trying to find form. But I just think he needs a new home and play regularly and do those mistakes not here. I really don't believe the likes of you know, the Alejandro Garnacho is a bad signing. I don't, because he was never supposed to start for Chelsea. He was always supposed to be the super sub after 70 minutes.
I agree with that.
You know,
I do believe
we all knew this. Pedro Neto, we only signed him because we needed a right winger because we absolutely fumbled Olise. If we had Olise and then brought Pedro Neto as a super sub again, no one would bite an eyelid. We wouldn't give a fuck. So, what is the bottom line here? The bottom line is we need to handle business. Like, for example, we need to go for the under 25s that are experienced and can still fit this model. Now, if you want to go for the best under 25, you need to pay wages. And this is the thing. I'd rather pay wages for the best under 25 than go for a prime that's in the, you know, that's in the 27, 28, if that makes sense. So I'm not gonna say Barcola for left wing now, but it makes sense when we like Yildiz, for example, and we want to give him 7 million euros or whatever a year, for him to come to the bridge. If that is true, it makes complete sense, because he's one of the best in his position. But
Yeah, I
why
think what
can't we
maybe,
do
sorry,
that
not
in?
to interrupt, bro, but like
No,
Who's
go
one of
ahead.
the
that
best?
point you made, like experience is not by age these days. Footballers start at a way younger age. You'll see
Yeah.
players get hundreds of appearances before they even hit the age of 21. So the
Honest,
age thing these days is a bit of a fugazi. So you
yeah.
can get your under 24-year-old players under 25 with bags of fucking game time.
That's what I'm
But
saying, Con. It's not like in the 2008, right? 2008. If you was, or to be honest, if you was below 22, 23, that is crazy because you shouldn't really be playing in the Premier League, starting in the Premier League at that age, right? You have some few players, the greats, right? But it wasn't really like we see now in the Premier League where, a good 30, 40% is like between 18 and 23. Like it's just crazy, right? So that's what I'm saying. Football now starts way younger than you expect. It's not like way back before. So to get experience between 20 and 25, it is not impossible. You have loads of players that's been playing a lot of football since 20 to 25. Now you just gotta find who is mature enough, who fits the team ideally, and who is not gonna be flipped for profit. That's it. If we can find two more players of them, I mean the striker, and yeah, preferably a CB. To be honest, the majority of the problems is fixed. Now you can maybe look at the left wings and the rest. Left
What
wingers
areas
have
did you
usually
say?
always. I said
What areas?
striker and CB. That's the only two areas I would focus on. If I had the
You're
money
okay
to
with
go out and
Sanchez still, yeah?
spend, yeah, I am. I am. Why is because I just need Sanchez to hold business, which I do. He can. I've been saying this for a long time. I think Sanchez can stand on business and just hold his own until Mike Pender is ready. Mike Pender is 19, but this motherfucker, I think he might even take Sanchez's place within 2 years because he's just too good. He's just too good. That's it. He's too good. Shot stopping. The motherfucker is 6'7", great with his feet, and he's a great shot stopper. And he's 19, turning 20. This motherfucker's taking that number one very soon. We don't have a choice. Otherwise, it's gonna be like the Courtois again. He's gonna want to leave to go to another top club, and then Madrid's gonna scoop him up for something like a 40, 50 million. And we're just gonna say, oh, that's great for profit because we bought it for 20. No, that's not how it works.
That's when you'll know that they're more in for the money and the business and the profit than they are winning. Because if they're making decisions like that, they're showing me that they don't really care about the club as much as they propose that they do. Do you know what I mean? But these are things obviously we're going to find out later what they do with the youngsters that they have brought in. I would like to think that they've done this because getting them young, getting them playing in experienced leagues, bringing them through. Yes, not all of them are going to do well, and then the ones that aren't doing well will get flipped and might make a bit of good money on them. But the ones that are good will come into the team. They'll have the experience, and we won't have to be sitting here talking about experience in the next 4 or 5 years because you'll look at Esteval, you'll look at Penders, you'll look at maybe Caicedo still here, Reece James. It will just be experience everywhere in terms of like what you guys spoke about, experience of the level of not just age, but what they've actually done from a young age to where they are a couple of years down the line. You know what I mean? So it's a different type of it's a different type of experience. But should we talk about the game? Should we talk about it? I don't really want to talk too much about it because yes, we still lost. It's only we're 1-0 behind on paper, but like generally, and I said this yesterday, we lost 1-0. Right, we're behind 1-0. But 2 of their goals were on Sanchez. Yeah. So if Sanchez didn't do what he did in them first 2 goals, we might have drawn or even won this game. I know they had good moments in the second half and they could have punished us a little bit more, but we also had good moments in this game. Good moments where we could have hurt them. And this was, as much as they don't want to admit it, this was probably one of their strongest lineups on paper as well. So we wasn't expecting to have full control of this game. I did think we wouldn't sit back as much. We'd actually try and play. And when you look at the first half possession, we were up by like 50 or 60% to their 40, even though they were winning 1-0. So it's the same shit though again, isn't it? You look at the centre backs, you look at the forward line, Obviously, we look at Sanchez this time round, which is not something we've always said. But we're just being let down by certain individuals again that just can't concentrate or see through things, you know. And this is where they've got to look at the board and go, yeah, maybe some of these guys just need to go. They're not good enough in the summer, you know. But how do we feel about the game yesterday, guys? Like, I know it's not the greatest being one behind, but
Well, we did
big
a
up
few
Garnacho.
spaces yesterday, and we did one at half time. And I'll be honest, and this ain't coming from a place of saltiness. Not one time when we played Arsenal this season, the 2 games, I felt like Chelsea were playing the best team in the country. It didn't feel like that.
Agreed.
Like,
I agree.
they look good, bro. And that's why I'm going to get emotional here. But this is why I was flipping out at half time. They're not good. Like, how are they so clear this season and everything? They're not good. You're watching them. I'm like, this is not the best. Like, they don't feel like it, bro. When I was watching Leeds versus Chelsea, if you told me they were the fucking Premier League leaders, I'd believe you. Because they gave us problems. They pressed us. We couldn't do anything. Against Arsenal, we always have chances. They're not really that great in terms of creating from open play. It's only from set pieces that really dangerous. They had like that 10-15 minute spell in the second half where they looked like they could have scored quite a few because I think our heads kind of just went off. But after that period, we got back into the game. They don't seem that good, bro. So, like, that's the frustrating thing. And what did I say to you before the game yesterday, Jen? If we're going to lose, make sure it's because we're outclassed. Don't give them the game. And what did Sanchez do yesterday, bro? He fucking gave it to them.
And that's the annoying bit, isn't it? Is the fact that the 2 goals that we actually gave them were on the back of us again. And how many times have we sat here in the past and spoke about someone doing something where it's just gifting them easy go? Even I think you look at Ben White when he scored the first goal. I think they didn't know what was like. They looked at each other like, did we just score?
So terrible.
Like generally, that's how they looked at each other. Did we just score that? The fuck?
Yeah.
But it's shocking. What was Sanchez doing? He didn't have no one around him. He just stood there and went, what are you doing?
Yeah, it was poor.
It just reminded me of old Sanchez, and I don't want to see that guy because if I start seeing that guy, I will be on him again. I can't be having that guy anymore.
Do you think it's because we're trying to play a bit more at the back again? Remember, like on early Maresca, we were playing a lot more at the back. Do you think that's like another factor that the pressure's back on him?
But to be fair, man, like the mistakes he made wasn't really because of that. It was because things you think Sanchez is very good at, like from set pieces and collecting crosses, is very good, right? And then the second one, if I'm not mistaken, didn't he have like 2 hands on the ball? He just let it slip.
The second one was abysmal.
Yeah, it's just like really poor mistakes for like no reason. And I'll give Sanchez a pass because this season has been good. And like keepers in the Premier League, and I think modern day keepers anyway, they have a few games like this. Every keeper has them. So it is what it is. But if he hasn't seen more of this, bro, like it's not good enough. Because I think we've all been quite fair. This season has been good. But if he starts slipping into old habits, man, we've got to move on.
Joe, what was funny, bro, was the fact that we knew how bad our bench was, all of us, right? We could not rely on our bench, barring Garnacho, and we weren't even sure that Garnacho was going to do anything until obviously he come up and scored 2 goals, right? Which we'll talk about. But the fact that Rosenior kept making defensive substitutions is so confusing. I saw Badiashile, then I saw Tossing come on. I was like, is this what we're having to do? Like, yeah, Hatto, come on. Facundo went right back. Like, what the fuck was he doing? What was he doing? I don't get it. Like,
he's defense, bro. Like, what was he supposed to do, man?
Like, it doesn't matter who you bring on with. Fucks. There's no one that's going to save us, Rosenior. There's no point in bringing on Tossing and fucking Mansfield. They're not doing nothing, bro.
Like, Jorgensen going up top.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what, Matt? Stick him in midfield. He's great under pressure on the ball, man. He's like with Johnson, he might be rubbish at every other fundamental important to a goalkeeper, but the ball at his feet is pretty good. So let's see him do a shift in midfield. Lavier's never around, so he might as well, wouldn't it?
I thought Esteval was good yesterday. Let's start with him. I thought he gave Timber a lot of problems. This is the Timber that's apparently meant to be better than Reece James. Listen, he played out of position. Fair enough, and that's all Arsenal fans are saying, but he played out of position. Yeah, but Reece James plays out of position. And his levels don't drop. So don't compare Timber and James ever again, Arsenal fans. Number one. And number 2, Esteval. Yeah, the boy was on fire. He had 2 really good chances where he cut inside on Timber and took the shots. But, I mean, yeah, he was I thought in moments, especially in the first half, he was very isolated. Like he got the ball and he was just running on his own. There was no one really around him. Man, this is where it annoys me with João Pedro. And this is another thing. Like he doesn't get around the pitch. He doesn't get around that space well enough for me. It's like he will, if he's there, he's just there. He won't go then and hover over and try and help. Do you know what I mean? And link play and then hover the other way. And he doesn't do enough of all that for me. Like he's kind of like you're very isolated as a winger. You know, your 10 doesn't help you, and that's what we saw yesterday.
He has to start. From now on, he has to start on the right. From what I've seen from anyone else on the pitch, whether it's Pedro, Garnacho, Gittins, or whatever, he's the only player that I actually think could do something at the levels of Cole Palmer in terms of that maverick style. And I just think he needs to be in the team now, no matter what. You're seeing a very clear partnership between him and Enzo Fernandez happening now as well. There was a point yesterday where actually Enzo Fernandez was trying to pass the ball to Esteval, and then Pedro took the ball off of him, and then you saw a big kind of groan and sigh in the stadium because everyone knew that that's the player who needs to get the ball. And to be honest, they were trying to roughhouse him as well, and he was just bouncing off of them. You know, Timber was trying to bully him a bit and kind of older brother him, but he was kind of fully in the game.
There was one pass that Enzo did in the midfield, and I thought he was done, right? I think it was Reece. It was not Reece. Declan Rice and Zubamendi sandwiched him. Yeah, and I thought he's going to lose the ball. And I don't know how he got the ball out to Esteval, but he kind of semi-punted it, side-footed it, and it went all the way over to Esteval. Even Timber was hesitant because he was going to try and intercept, and he was like, "It was that good of a ball." I was like, "How the fuck did he do that?" Literally, he just got pressed, and Enzo Fernandez yesterday for me. I know people have their opinions of him, but I thought he was, again, 102 touches. That was the highest number that he's put down, barring the Man City game. Goes to show how much in control he was in that midfield. And he had his good moments in the first half for sure. He created us in good moments as well. We played João Pedro in that little hole, and then João Pedro cut it across the goal. No one fucking ran onto it. Do you remember that chance? That really good pass. There was a cut. It was, him and Esteval's link was very good.
It annoys me a little bit of Enzo though, bro. Sorry, not to cut you off. But when he gets into shooting positions outside the box, stop looking to try to hit it with your instep. Because that's
I agree.
He always does that shot. Sometimes just use your legs, mate.
Yeah, I agree. There was that moment, like you said in the first half, where he turned his body rather than just put his foot through it. And if you remember the Charlton game, there was one when he come on and he put his foot through it and they pushed it over the bar. And I was like, that's what I need for him to do. Mm-hmm. If he puts his foot through the ball a lot more, I think you'll see that he'll be a lot more successful rather than just trying to pass it in the corners. But him and Santos, I think more so him stood out because of the experience and everything you could see. I thought Santos had a bit of a poor game. I don't know if you agree with me. I just thought he was quite wasteful on the ball and just a little bit out of place in moments through the game. But again, I'm not criticizing him too much because, again, he deserves the time. He's still very young and whatever. But you could see the levels, right, when Caicedo's in there or whatever. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it was a hard game. It was a hard game from a midfield point. But they did.
Yeah, I agree, bro. Because look at the context, look at the situation it was in. Yeah, it was never going to be easy for those two, was it really? But there is one little bit of positivity, I'd say, from that game. It looks like Enzo might be a little bit deeper for us under him.
It was deeper. Enzo played in the deeper role. It was the Benfica/Argentina role, I call it. Yeah, he was.
It's like that's what we want to see from Enzo, isn't it? Like me and you, obviously, big Enzo fans, and we always think he's a little bit deeper. So that's a little bit positive going forward. And like I said, get this out of the way. All right, we lost 3-2 to Arsenal. We've got to go back to Emirates. But the run we got now, Jem, I don't know if you can put it up on the screen or not, but the run we've got, for the next 4 or 5 games, we can easily win all of them. Now, obviously, there's no easy games in the Premier League, but when you look at it on paper, this is the perfect time to get some momentum going.
Yeah. I mean, this is the fixture list quickly before we go to Benji on the game. Obviously, we've got Brentford at home next, and then we've got Paphos, Palace, Napoli, West Ham, and then obviously Arsenal again in the second round and Wolves. So in terms of Premier League, it's Brentford, Palace, West Ham, Wolves, basically. They're your next 4 games in the Premier League.
And if you think about it as well, Napoli, that could be a bit of a tricky game, right? But Paphos should be fairly routine, right? Napoli, I think we should be able to win that game. But next time we play Arsenal, we might be 5 on the bounce. Maybe that's me reaching to the stars a little bit too much for this Chelsea team, bro. But like I said, you could just run everybody. It's the perfect time, man. It really is.
Wally, we didn't really have any choice, bro. That was why Reece James being out, Caicedo being out. We had no midfielders barring the Sugu who hadn't kicked ball. So I get why we done what we did. It's just that I think Rosenior would have preferred to play with a midfield three. I do. I feel like he's going to be doing that a lot more forward than what Maresca did. I think you're going to start seeing the midfield three a lot more in games. What it means for Palmer, I think obviously Palmer will play, but does he play more off the right? You know, that's the question, really, Benji, isn't it? And all. And what did you think about yesterday overall?
We didn't deserve to lose, in my opinion. Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you, man. Go on.
Sorry.
Am I good?
Are you doing a baddie shield where you just switch off for a second? Or...
What the fuck? Am I here?
He's trying to do the nonchalant gimmick, man.
What happened? My
Nothing.
Wi-Fi just cut off. What the fuck?
Oh, this is great.
Mate, we can hear you. I don't know what you're talking about.
All right. But for me, the game, in my opinion, we shouldn't have lost. I agree with Con. Every time we play Arsenal, maybe Arsenal against other teams, they look very good. Whenever they play us, in the recent times, since maybe last season, to be honest, they've looked, to be honest, since Pochettino, apart from the 5-0, they've been shit every single time. They don't look like the best team in the country. Even though they are, realistically, right? But we played them yesterday. Ain't no way. If you told me, if you showed me the game, right, without the scores, and you asked me who won, I probably would have said, yeah, it probably was a draw. Because Sanchez went back to the old Sanchez again. I think there was a lack of responsibility in the team. That's what I'm looking for. Like, for example, when someone usually do a mistake, usually what we do see is we have 1, 2, maybe 3 players that's gonna yell and just, get the players back up, in spirit, because, we all know how you feel when, you let it not go in it, especially if it was your mistake. I saw no one that was really talking yesterday. That was the scary part. I said, okay, so who's gonna step up and really take responsibility apart from Enzo?
I mean, Enzo was quite low. I was watching. He was quite vocal yesterday. He was trying to.
Yeah. Enzo's always gonna be Enzo, right? He's the vice captain. That's his responsibility. But apart from him, who was really stepping up? Apart from maybe Garnacho later. You have individuals that have good games, but Esteban, I don't really expect him to be a leader at all. Just go out and play, young fella. That's all we need you to do, to be honest. Just go out and have fun, and we pray that you have a good performance. But the rest of the team, to be honest, it was just so immature. So immature. We lose the ball. Some people don't want to run. We're not taking responsibility and talking about it. I'm talking about, the captain and, maybe 2 other players yell at some players, say, hey, run for the team. Come on. So no, I was a little bit pissed off, about the overall.
I think defensively, bro, we were very poor again. Like just Fofana yesterday. Like Fofana really annoyed me yesterday again. Like I don't know how we spent 60 million. This guy generally, I struggle. Sometimes I think, he's he's still a tier above our defenders, but then he does certain things that just piss me off when I watch him. Like he gets under my skin. Yeah.
But wouldn't you say that was because Fofana played more on the ball yesterday? Because where he was passing the ball and where we lost it, and then his positioning when Arsenal win the ball, it was just a little bit scary.
Why was he playing on the left as well? Like, did anyone understand? Like Chalobah's and Fofana's always been on the right of the two, and Chalobah's been on the left. This time round, we played Fofana on the left and Chalobah on the fucking right. I just don't understand why. I know Rosinier's obviously chosen to do that, but I just didn't understand tactically what was the tactical reason of doing that.
Bro, because my biggest ick with Fofana is
only God knows why. Only God fucking knows why. To be honest,
can Benji hear Con? I don't think Benji can hear Con.
Nope.
Go on, Con. What are you saying? Go on.
I think with Fafana, he struggles playing out of pressure anyway in terms of passing. He's a good carry, he can carry out pressure, but he can't really pass. That's on his strong side. So when he's on his weaker foot, from those angles, he's not doing it. And like you said 60 mil, bro. You're forgetting the other 50 mil. It was 75.
Don't even tell me it was 75. I think it was 75.
It was.
Saying, Matt, 75 million for Wesley Fofana, mate. And these are the performances.
Yep. I mean, it's Prem tax as well. And considering the output we've got from him, it's pretty crazy, right? But I think we're unfortunately now what's happened to us is we've turned into a United that teams feel they can get an extra 20 million out of us now. And that's our own doing. So
look, it go away.
So I just wanted to say, for fuck's sake.
I know exactly who he's having a go at as well. They don't leave him alone. They don't sit still. Kukurea not great lately. Do we agree with that comment?
Yeah, I think there's obviously an element of fatigue, but at the same time, I know what maybe the Chelsea guy is saying is that it's more like using that kind of physical presence in the correct way. What I don't like is moaning, and then you're not in position. Like there was a period just I think when he was up against, I think it was Ben White, and then he was moaning about a foul, and then he wasn't getting back into position. Like just get into position, be physical that way, be correct. But yeah, I mean, I think he's just more fatigued, to be fair, and that being overworked.
See, that's the thing with fatigue as well. It's not just physical; it's mental, right? Like when you're absolutely knackered, it's hard to think straight sometimes, especially in the high pressure situations like Cucurella's in most of the time, right? So, with how many minutes he's played, it's a joke. He's gonna be like fatigued mentally more than anything. Physically, he might be okay because he's in great shape. He's a great athlete, right? But mentally, that fatigue, you can't see that, but you start to see it on the pitch because he's doing stuff that's not really like Cucurella. Like that thing he did when he got sent off. Cucurella's not that stupid. He wouldn't do that normally. Do you know what I mean? So
I think Saka is the only player though who does seem to kind of match up against Cucurella, like makes Cucurella work. Like Cucurella seems to dominate quite a lot of his opposition, but Saka, for some reason, whether it's like a physical presence or footwork, I don't know, but it's the only time you kind of see Cucurella feeling like he's a little bit stretched and has to work a bit more.
Haven't beaten Arsenal for 8 years, man. 8 years at the Bridge is disgusting. Like generally, it fucking pisses me off as well because like Sanchez again. Arsenal when we were 2-0 up when Mudryk lobbed the goalie. I was at that game as well. Do you remember where
the
cross and it went over his head? Like fucking Sanchez passed the ball to Declan Rice, didn't he? And we fucking ended up drawing 2-2 in that game. Like that was the one game we should have won, man. Do you know what I mean? Like. Out of the ones we played them as well. And even like yesterday, I don't feel like we should have lost yesterday. You know what I mean? It's just so fucking annoying. It's always against these. Like I said it to Con as well. I was like, every time we play these guys, we're either missing players or someone's not there or something's wrong as well. It just winds me up. Someone gets a red card. Fucking Caicedo getting a red card that time. Like, it's always something. You know what I mean? It winds me up.
I haven't got my phone on, but if everyone can smash the likes, I think there's over 50 people in here. So if you're able to smash the likes, that will massively help the channel.
Yeah, please do, guys. Please keep smashing the likes as well. Isn't it, Con? So frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah, very frustrating, bro. Because, like you said, like Sanchez yesterday, every time we played them, like there might be a few occasions we get spanked. It is what it is, right? But like this season, the 2 games we played, like I said, they don't look like the best team in the country we play.
No.
And we always do something stupid, like you said, they say the red card or Sanchez forgetting how to catch a football. And it's annoying because. Out of all teams, why does it have to be that fucking when we do it against, bro?
They're the biggest gaslighters, aren't they? If you think about it, like where they are in the league and how they're celebrating, how they talk as if they've won the quad like 5 times, and you're seeing how they're playing as well. And it's like they're not dominating games like how the Chelsea's were defensively, like dominating in that way. They've been pretty poor, and it's just like we're always up against something to kind of cripple us before we can actually start a game. It's so frustrating.
Well, we should be getting top 4, Ray Allen. That's the problem, isn't it? You're saying we're all the leaders and high quality level players. And I keep saying this. We have very good players, but we also have shit players. And we also have inexperienced players, bro. It's a weird bunch of players that we have currently right now. Like Ben Jacobs. Let's see what he's saying.
Fucky.
Ben Jacobs. Ben Jacobs. Ben Jacobs. All right. Leeds confirmed Facundo has joined from Brighton on loan until the end of the season after being recalled from Chelsea. So they're still not like getting
right on that, mate. You're 100% right on that about us doing a favour for sure. That to me is more of like a relationship builder to me.
Yeah.
Acquisition.
No worries, Com, man. Take care of yourself, bro. Appreciate it.
Was it Com?
Yeah, big up Com.
I think that to me is more us bringing Pyers back, and we needed to get a spot available.
Moscow learnt the hard way, thinking we can play out from the back with Sanchez and changed. Now it feels like we've gone backwards and started again with Rosenior. I think.
Yeah, that was kind of what I was alluding to. Like when I went to a game at the Bridge last year with like Ipswich, it felt like that very similar atmosphere, ponderous on the ball. I mean, you remember at the end we were like into injury time, and it was like 2 minutes left of the game. We were just passing it around the back, and there seemed to be a real, and it's a crazy switch because we were all so confident with Sanchez at the back. But watching it yesterday, it was like a switch. And it's like the nervousness was coming back from him. And it was a very weird thing because he's been so mentally strong this season, like you and Con were alluding to, claiming crosses. That was becoming nerve-wracking now. He didn't do that when we played against him last time. He was very strong. So it's just, very weird. I mean, hopefully it's just a blip and it's just a one-time thing. But knowing how we will react, it'll be concerning because then we're just going to be in the same circus again. And in the summer, we need to bring someone in. And the problem is, who's it going to be? Because we're obviously waiting for Penders in the wings. So we just don't know.
Just watching Archie and Pies go back about this defender that he wants.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're going back and forwards. Archie, he sees that we want a centre back, and the first thing he's thinking of is this. He's like putting pictures, eyes and everything, and Pies like, we need proven experience, quality. Do you know what I mean? Which is fair. It's like I agree as well.
Who would you go for then, Jem, if you could?
Who I want, we're not going to get. So there's no point.
Okay, say for more realistic, obviously it's Bastoni or whatever.
I don't like any of them.
So you'd not like Mark Yu or anything like that?
Gahey.
Gahey, sorry.
I don't know with him. He's a good defender. I do actually think he's a good defender, Mark Gahey. I think he's a lot of experience there in the Premier League. You know, he's threatening. He's quite threatening from corners. He's just a decent centre back, to be quite honest with you. But I don't know. Even then, I don't know. I mean, this is what I'm saying. Wolfie's saying this guy, Jeremy Hackett, whatever his name is. Who did you want?
I was going to say Mark Gahey. Personally, I think just of a balance of Prem experience, being a captain as well, having that kind of leadership qualities as well. But then again, will that transfer into being in a bigger club, being back at Chelsea? I don't know. But that's who I would think is a sensible option for money, experience. How old is he now?
Well, how's Akanji getting on as well? That's the guy I was like for experience. I know he went to where did he go to? He went to
Inter Milan.
Where is it? Yeah, Inter Milan. Yeah, he's at Inter Milan at this moment in time. But I think he would have been all right, personally.
Yeah, he went for quite a low fee as well.
We went for so cheap as well, like for someone just to come in and like do a job and give you experience, you know what I mean? But
there's talk about Kay wanting more game time. What I can't, is he left or right sided? I can't remember.
He's left, isn't he? Left side he is, yeah. We need to be realistic, guys. You know our board. Yeah, exactly. This is the thing, and this is why we're not jumping. Like we know that the board are probably looking at some 17-year-old Russian who's got, I don't know, fucking, you know, he's beaten 3-4 man on the pitch. The scout reports come back and he's really good on the ball, and he's good in the air, and that's it. You know, that's the report. But what we all know, Gahey won't happen because of wage demands.
Yeah, it won't happen, but it's who I would like. But I mean, like Jem's right, it's going to be, if any, some minnow player from Brazil.
Antonio Silva, he's good. He's not bad. You know, I've watched parts of him. I think there's good parts to his game. I think aggressively, and then the way that we play probably suits him. He's good with the ball at his feet. I don't know. I've not seen a lot of him this season, so I wouldn't be able to comment on what I think Antonio Silva could bring. Ronald Araujo, probably. This guy just gets red cards, man. You want this guy? How many red cards has this guy had? He's quick, though. He's quick. Remember his goal line clearance against us? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. I remember. Who's the other one? Araujo, no, is it Araujo as well? Yeah. Thomas Araujo, isn't it? Thomas Araujo. Has no one watched him this season for Benfica? No, please tell me. That's what I'm saying. What's been going on? Antonio Silva will be elite in the next 3 years. I mean, look at Arsenal, right? They wouldn't have got Hincapié. They wouldn't have got Mosquera. And when Saliba's out for a little period, or Gabriel, they've actually looked all right. It's so fucking annoying. Chelsea is set to sign Defendinho from Sao Paulo. He's the descendant of Neymar's ex-girlfriend, so he's believed to be a star. Araujo can fuck off. Ronald. And look at Mosquera. Yeah, who's the other one that we were linked to, guys? Do you remember in the summer we were talking about him? Is it Emerson? Emerson? What was this guy's name? Everyone was saying we need to get him. He was really good on the ball. I was watching clips of him.
Play for?
No, not Hincapié. He was in the French league, I think. Emerson. No, Anderson. Is it Anderson? I think it might be Anderson. Bro, he's retarded. Ribeiro? Is it Ribeiro? Is it Brazilian? He plays for Lille, right? Is it Lille? I can't fucking remember.
Kylian Anderson.
Who?
Kylian Anderson, a young French professional footballer who's a defender, plays for Lens. Loms. No,
Kylian Anderson.
I just basically put Liga Anderson defender.
Fuck. I think I'm getting this wrong. It's annoying me. I can't remember the guy's name. Yeah, it's Ribeiro. I've got it wrong. It's not even Anderson. It's Ribeiro, I think.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Lucas Ribeiro. Was it Lucas Ribeiro that we were linked to in the summer? Do you remember? And everyone was like, bring him in. He's good on the ball. He's this, he's that.
To be honest now, anytime we're linked to someone, like it shows I'm getting older, I have to search him up because I need to learn more about.
I'm talking about Coutinho, didn't I? I know Max was here as well. It's annoying me. I don't know who it is. It's really doing my head in now. I'm gonna have to have a look. Oh, Lille defenders. Lille, was it Lille? Is that? Come on. I need to have a look now because it's just gonna piss me off. Is it Lille? I can't remember, guys.
GT saying it is that Ribeiro.
It is Ribeiro, isn't it? Jim, would you take Pacho from PSG for Enzo Fernandez? Please. Give it a break. Why would you get Pacho over Enzo Fernandez when you've got all them shit defenders there? Give him one of them. Ribeiro, yeah. This guy, yeah, Brazilian. Yeah. Do you remember? We was talking about him in the summer and he looked really good on the ball, carried the ball out, got across. Like, he looks all right, to be fair. How's he been doing? Alexandre Ribeiro. Yeah, that one. That's where I've got at. It's Alexandre Ribeiro.
So his name's okay, Alex.
Matt, just to let you know, Dom, it's me, Dom. It's Dom, you know. Dom's telling you.
Oh, sorry, Dom. How are you doing? You doing all right?
So from the young centre backs, who would you want, Jem? Ribeiro. I haven't even watched him this year, but let's say Ribeiro. I want Ribeiro. Ribeiro.
God, you know, we're linked to so many players. I can't even remember if we were linked to.
I ain't had a chance to watch the fucking French league or nothing. I'll take Dembele for Enzo. What? Injury prone? Nah, man. I need people that are going to play. Yeah, not play. I don't want players that we're going to add to our NHS bench. Thank you. Cheers.
That's why the NHS is through the roofs because our players.
Yeah, I mean, he's like 25. Yeah.
Bloody Lavia's taking all NHS's time.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Bassey. No, man, I don't want Bassey. That is one guy I do not want. Have you watched Bassey play?
Anyone from Brentford? They always have good defence.
That's the one from Fulham, isn't it, Bassey? The one that plays on the left for Fulham. He got cooked by Esteval. Do you remember? At the bridge. Yeah, no.
I was thinking, is there anyone from Brentford we could take?
Ashraf, your taste of players is weird. I'm not gonna, as long as I've known you, mate. You got a weird taste, bruv. I'd like Lacaba or Ribeiro. Yeah, I mean, I've not watched Lacaba and I've not watched. I mean, Ribeiro's the one I said. Yeah, I want Ribeiro. Oh, good. Lacaba signed a contract this summer. He would cost quite a bit. Yeah. Test for Tomori. Bassey has been phenomenal for Nigeria. I can't lie.
Sorry, Jim. Let me just turn my phone off.
Bassey has been phenomenal for Nigeria. I've not watched him, but and they knocked out. Did they not get knocked out? Am I missing something? Nigeria. They said significant signings. Well, not after what Fabrizio just said, bro. Fabrizio was saying that we're basically it's not certain that we're going to get a centre back. It's like we're kind of just analysing. Do you know what I mean?
I promised that we'd do business in last January window, so
I see what Matt is doing here. He is saying that Brentford centre back without saying the name.
It's so true. GT's true. It's what I was alluding to as Collins, man. Knocked out on GT. Oh, you make me laugh, mate. It's literally who I was talking about was Collins.
What? GT always picks up on them things, doesn't he? Who's through? I know Morocco are through. I know Senegal are through. Is that it? Is that the final? Morocco, Senegal. Is that the final now? I watched the Nigeria game against Algeria, I think it was. That was all right. Yeah, I said Morocco from the beginning. I think Morocco will win it. They're at home as well. That'll be a good game to watch. I think Morocco's going to win though. Just got that feeling. Hate to say it, but if we don't stick with a manager like Arsenal did with Arteta, we will continue to reset every time a new manager that comes in. Do you agree with that? I mean, we don't know, do we? Because we've never seen longer than 2 seasons, have we? But yeah,
I think it works for them and their system though, because what they think is as soon as we reset, it gives them more time.
Yeah.
So it gives them more time to figure out the wrongdoings and then just go from there. I don't think we're ever going to, under this ownership, be the same, because I think we're just going to go for a plateaued cycle of it will happen to Rosenior as well, whether he's going to be here for X amount of time. He might get Europe or top 6 and they say, well, we want top 4. He gets top 4 and then he goes, well, I want these players now. And they go, no, do as you're told. And then he'll go.
What about Johnny Evans? Is that a joke? That's got to be a joke, is it?
Is he? I thought he was retired.
Like, generally, you got more chance of getting Harry Maguire than getting Johnny Evans, do you?
Do you remember we were linked to Harry Maguire at one point?
Oh, do you remember how mad people were going? Do you remember how mad people were going that Garnacho was coming? How they were like saying...
I still am. I still am.
Yeah, but some people were going absolutely mad. Mad at it.
So do you think that's all there's any chance of us bringing in a number 10? Or do you just think it was just us to, probably Facundo was like, I need to get more game time and then it's just gone? Do you think there's any chance of us getting a 10?
I don't know.
Or do you think because of the quality and who he is, that it was more just a squad depth anyways?
Yeah, it's a squad depth thing, but I think I don't know, man. I just think we need another player there anyway, because I don't rate João Pedro there. Palmer can't stay fit. He's not been fit all season. And Enzo Fernandez is our only option playing there, who you can't always have playing there all the time if Palmer's not around. So I don't know, man. It depends how Rosenior plays his systems, I guess, now from now on. Because if he's playing a midfield 3, then it's a little bit different. You're not always heavily reliant on the 10. Even though there is still Enzo that will pull in the pockets, it's a little bit different, because they'll do more of a 10-8 role. Do you know what I mean? Connor Holden says Van Heck as being a good shout.
Shivers. He's not a bad player, but it just sends shivers. If I see Brighton now.
That makes sense, though, isn't it? It's Brighton and it's Chelsea. Van Heck, guys? No, I'm not having Van Heck. Of love. Yeah. One of my hated clubs.
He's irritating. You see what he did against like Haaland and stuff. It's just annoying.
Yeah, big up Matt as well. Matt, I don't know if Matt's I don't know if Matt's doing, because he asked later if you're doing a live because he wanted to join. I said I don't know.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I'm still doing a lot of work, so I'll see. I mean, we kind of went for a bit of the game today, so maybe
you, man. Do a breakdown with him, have an Arsenal fan on or something.
I've got probably quite a lot of work I've got to crack on with today and this evening, so it might be more doing a match preview, I think, with you on tomorrow.
Sorry, Matt. Sorry, AFC Matt. Unfortunately not. Van der Ven from Spurs, injury prone, but I do like Van der Ven. I'm not gonna lie. It's one player I actually do like. I think he's quite solid. Van Heck looks good on paper. He's not a great defender. He's only good at the ball. Brighton, typical Brighton. Van der Ven, you laugh, but he's not a bad defender, Coutinho. To be in all fairness, he's actually all right. He's built well. He's quick. He's strong. He'll probably suit our system. If he could stay fit, it would suit what we're doing from the back. Yeah, we probably will know. We never do business with Spurs anyway. It never happens. Big up, Matt. Big up, bro. I would take Rudiger for 6 months. Rudiger. Arsenal fan living in a Chelsea community. Game's gone. Nah, Matt, be fair, Matt. At least he gave us a bit of a preview yesterday as well, which was cool. And yeah, man. I think we're going to tie it there, guys. Hour and 15 minutes. A really good live. I appreciate every single one who's here. We are going to do match preview tomorrow. Obviously, there's no live later on tonight, as you've heard from Matt. He's got work to do. So, I will catch you tomorrow. We'll do the match preview for Brentford. We'll talk about who we think is going to line up. We'll go through who's available. Obviously, we've been told Reece James and Palmer are back in training as well. Sugu has been added to the Champions League team as well. So he's on his way back and he'll be, join in. But there's over 60 people here. Everyone hit the likes if you can. I'd appreciate it, guys. Make sure you do that. Make sure you leave a comment as well. And we keep listen, you're going to keep getting shows from us pretty much every day, man. We're here for an hour, between an hour and 2 hours every day. We are here. Now we have a keeper wants to go, but Chelsea not letting him go. Yeah, because we've not got no one to come in. Like the stream if you hate Arsenal. There you go. Like the stream if you hate Arsenal. Yeah, I saw that, but they're not going to let him go because they need a second goalkeeper. And they were probably waiting for the summer to let him go. He'll go in the summer and they'll bring Penders. That's what I think. Most probably now and then. They're predictable, aren't they? So keep an eye out. But all right, guys. Matt, take care, bro. Good seeing you. And everyone, we will see you very soon. Up the Chelsea.